Hey friends, thank you for pressing play and listening to me for a little bit today. Being a new year and I set goals and make a vision board every year, there was a lot of things on my mind and my heart. And then I listened to a podcast recently that was so amazing, and I wanted to share quite a bit of it as well. But um, just to look at your life. We only get one life. So I want you to look at your life. Imagine if you could see the future in 5 or 10 years. Would it be the same or pretty much the same? Are you doing anything to change it? We all have things we wanted to do or dreams, and we just haven't gone after them. So I want to, talk about that a little bit and invite you to change your future. So we all have such an incredible opportunity being given the gift of life to do something special while we're here. We have limited time here on earth. So when you think about that and you think about the simple fact that we are here, we exist during this period of time, which is arguably the greatest time ever in our existence, to be alive, to be an entrepreneur, to be a human. The world is far from perfect. There's evil, there's bad people, but when you compare the reality of our life and our quality, everything we have today to previous generations, it is not comparable. There has never been a better time to be in life for entrepreneurship, network marketing. We have an amazing opportunity. I want to share a statistic that I heard. The recognizing the odds of being here. There was a poll in statistics, and I heard it on this podcast too. The odds of you even being born are 400 trillion to 1. Let that sink in. That is insane. The odds of you pressing play, listening to me, you don't even know me, 400 trillion to 1. So let me put that into perspective. You'd be more likely to hit the big Powerball lottery 8 times in your whole life than you would even to be born. That is insane if you just think about that. Most people spend their whole life just wanting to hit the lottery, but you've already won the lottery. You're alive. You've been given a great opportunity to exist and do something with it. So even though we've been given this and we're this unique creation, there's never been a you. There will never be a you again. You are unique. God made you this way, and we've been given this gift. There's so many people struggling. We don't find our way. We're stuck. We had all these dreams as children. I look at, my daughter and all the things she dreams of doing, and I see it in her eyes. We all have these dreams as children. And as you grow older, they're just memories. You kind of forget, and we're taught we need to be realistic. We need to look at our future and just do what you have to do to survive. There was this quote that says, being real is the most common traveled road to mediocrity. And that's the problem. We're conditioned to become realistic about our goals, our dreams, and it comes out of necessity because we don't have a vehicle to help make our dreams a reality and to come true. And prior to network marketing, that was true. That was true for me. I've always had a corporate job, and you can earn a great living with a corporate job, but you're not designing your life that way. It's just not possible. And then you get introduced to network marketing where you have this vehicle, anything is possible. But we don't have those dreams, and it's really frustrating when you've just forgotten them. When you talk to people, and when I talk to people, I ask people what they want, they don't even know. Usually the person says what they don't want. They don't want debt. They don't want to work for someone else. Their brain has been conditioned not to dream and to go down that path. You've got to teach people, and I've realized this in my business, teach people how to dream. And it's so sad that seeing how people live. And I was one of them that forgot those. So, sorry, it weighs on my heart because I've changed, my mindset since I've started my network marketing and entrepreneurship. And so I just want this for other people, for them to see and realize there's so much more out there and to go for it. You want to change, you want more of your life, but you just aren't doing anything about it. And I look at, my child, if you're a parent, for example, I want her, and my wish for her is that she never falls victim to this mentality that I'm talking about. Trading your hopes and your dreams for her life, for compromises, and for settling what other people say and think, and telling them what they should be doing and what could be possible, that you need to be realistic and do the norm. But I promise she's never going to hear that from me. She is going to do anything and accomplish anything that she wants in life if she believes it's possible and puts in the work and work on herself. That is huge, and she can make anything a reality. I sit here and think about all this that I'm sharing and hoping you're listening to. I don't know you, you don't know me, but I know about you, about that you're pressing play and listening. This mediocrity and compromising is not good for you. It's not enough for you. Otherwise, you won't listen. And I'm thinking while you're listening to this, maybe you're in the car, or maybe you're working out, maybe you're at your house and just sitting there. And I hope and pray that you dream and use this for your own life. I hope you haven't given up on your dreams for a better life because a friend or a family said it wasn't possible. Maybe a skeptical person would say, oh, network marketing? That I didn't know your life was that bad. You had to do that instead of the normal 9 to 5. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. They will not put food on your table. And I stopped years ago listening to people and realized I can't pay my bills with their opinions, and neither can you. I want to encourage you and inspire you to keep moving forward. Pursue those dreams as hard as it gets, day after day, putting in the time. I remember when I started, and I wanted to quit many times. And, I didn't do that well, but I kept moving forward, and I didn't give up. I didn't quit. I don't know why. It's just in me to keep going because this was better than anything else out there. And I knew that if I put in the hard work, and I had faith that if I keep going every day and move forward, fail forward, grow, take action, that someday things are going to be different. And I want to challenge you to get back to that childlike state of dreaming about your life and all the things you wanted to be when you were little. Now is your time. It's never too late. I don't care if you're 20 or 65. I challenge you today. What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? Now is your time. You watching this is your sign. What are the dreams you had for the rest of your life? Doesn't matter. The reason most people struggle is you allow life to happen to you. You just float, we react, we live our life by the TGIF, and I've did that. Thank goodness it's Friday. We work all week, we get to the weekend, and we're excited for, a day or two, then we get depressed as Sunday comes, and we got to go back to work, and we dread that, and that's how we live our entire life. The issue is when you do that, a large portion of your life is behind you, and you're just looking back, regretting you should have been proactive, you should have been strategic, that you could have changed if you would have just tried it. We spent our time working a job just hard enough so we didn't get fired, and our boss paid us enough just so we didn't quit. That's not a way to live. The number one regret that I read about the dying people, you can look at surveys, people regret that they would have taken more chances and went after and not traded their dreams for compromises and what people think they should have done. I heard this analogy about an oak tree and an acorn one time. The destiny of an acorn is a tree, right? So by faith, we know the tree is inside of that acorn, right? You have a vision because we know that that's happened. If you plant the seed and you water the plant, an oak tree is going to grow. The potential is inside of the seed. If the seed is in the right environment, it will grow and make an oak tree. The same is true for you and for me. You were born for a purpose. God has a huge plan for you. We're just not living it and we're not fulfilling it. Your purpose is inside of you right this second. Just like the oak tree is inside of that seed, just like your potential is inside of you. I'll tell you, all of you that watch this, there's a reason you're here. You have a unique purpose that only you can fulfill, that only you can speak and touch certain people's lives. Maybe you don't know what it is. Maybe you kind of think you know what it is, but you're afraid to go after it or share it, but you have it. If you don't give it or go after that potential in your lifetime, the world will be less. Because if all of us accumulate that together and we're not all fulfilling our purposes, just think about the effect we could have had on the world, but we didn't. So I want you to get out of your comfort zone. Get that fuel that provides that motivation so you don't quit. You keep moving forward. You don't have to love what you do every day, but if you feel fulfilled by doing it and you're driven by purpose, then that is enough to keep you going. So, a question, do you have that purpose in your life? And I pray you're not like most of the world where you're working a job, you don't feel fulfilled, you're underpaid, and you're working for somebody else. And at the end of it, you look back at your retirement, you have a gold watch and some retirement. And I know if you're watching this, you want something different. Most people have their heads buried in the sand, just hoping that one day things are going to get better, they're going to win the lottery, their grandma's going to just leave them this huge amount of money. Life does not have to be a repetitive exercise. You were meant to go somewhere and go towards a destination. And this is why we have goals and dreams and visions. We're working towards something that matters. You matter, and you are listening to this and are designed for something special and great. God made you to do something great. You were meant to do something great that's going to make you unforgettable. The world will not be able to ignore what you do. And I know that sounds far-fetched and crazy, but it's true. The greatness that is inside each one of us, the unlived life that really the most of the people in the world don't live, it's waiting to get out. And why aren't you taking the chance? I know it might be scary. Maybe you don't have a high self-opinion of yourself. But you have the ability to do more than you ever imagined. I've realized that myself when I started this 5 years ago. And I know attempting to change is one of the hardest things you'll ever do, ever. Change is scary. We get stuck in the rut of our life, of our comfort zone. We don't want anything to change because we don't know. But as scary as it is, I promise you, it will be the greatest thing you ever do. We have the ability at any time to make the decision to change the course of our life by simply taking that first step, that action to start and go. We all have a vehicle in network marketing that can change your life forever and impact thousands. But you have to decide to start becoming the person you need to be to deserve the success you want. It's not going to be easy. It's not easy that every day I wake up and have to get to work, But this isn't what you want to hear. It's what you need to hear. So you expect, and it makes life and work easier. This is not easy. It's not meant to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But I promise, and y'all have seen, if you see my story, it is so worth it. If I knew how good it was going to be, I would have worked 100 times harder from day one. So once you get there and you have that freedom in your business to do and design your life, of time with your family, time to do what you're called to do, it will have looked like it went so fast and be so worth it. So you can listen to your fears and pay with your life, or pay the price of overcoming your fears and live and design your life. It's all up to you. I choose to live. I choose to design my life and show my child that she can do the same, and she can live and thrive and overcome any fear she has, knowing that anything is possible. So I hope and pray that you choose to do the same. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. I hope this maybe spoke to your heart, because I know it's made a huge difference in my life, and I just pray that you'll just take some time and think about what God's called you to do, and have a great night.